What's up, y'all? I'm out here at the garage on a Friday afternoon to do a little ammo hunt update. Now, this one's going to be a little bit unusual and abbreviated, if you will, as far as the hunting part. I went out, actually last Friday is the footage I'm going to show y'all from Wally World and my local shop. I had planned to go into all the places here locally and get an idea of what's on the shelf so we can kind of keep track of it. But I've been sick all doggone week, which is why y'all hadn't even seen a video until now. I've been sick as a dog and I'm really just now getting over that mess. But anyway, I'm gonna roll in the footage so y'all can check out those couple of places. If you enjoy these videos, again, like I always ask you, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you got those notifications turned on. All right, y'all, in the Wally World here, you got a little bit of 410 here, some looks like 7.5. I think he said it was 14 bucks and something, so I'm definitely gonna get a few of those. Tons more shot shells there. Other than that, it looks about the same. They still got that good deal on that 22, $19.98 on that Automax there. Plenty of hunting stuff, just about any caliber you want in here, so hopefully it stays like that and don't get too crazy out here. All right, y'all, let's see what's going on in the local shop here. I'll go kind of slower this time so we can kind of keep track as we go by here if there happens to be another crazy time. But as y'all can see, a bunch of 9 now, all kind of different 9. I hadn't really heard much worry about 9. We got a bunch of Underwood 9, 50 AE, 458, 454. Looks like they got a big old bunch of Leo Trade 357 SIG there. Look at all that HST, $37.99, Golden Saber, $33.99, $32.99 on the Federal. So some really good deals on 357 SIG up here right now. Here's your 10, that's what it looks like. The 9 mil, it's still hanging at $10.99, so still good deals on the 9 up here. 357 mag, still plenty of that. They really still got plenty of stock of everything in here right now. So like I said, we'll keep a watch on it and see if anything changes. 380 to 38 special, 45. Now, one thing that they had to go up on already is their 5.56. Y'all know I love that $7.99, but it went up a buck. It's $8.99 or $8.49 if you get a case. So it's still a really good deal compared to others right now. Still tons of powder and primer right now. I'm gonna keep a close eye on that for sure to see if it starts looking sketchy. Rimfire, still plenty of that. I don't see any kind of big change in the last week so far. There's that X-Tac again, up to $8.99 or $8.49 with the case, which is still, again, about the best deal right now because most places are way higher already. Hunting rounds, still plenty of those. I expected a little bit of run on those, but I think there was so much stock built up that really didn't get too low this time. Shot shells, plenty of those still. That's one thing that took a big hit last time. They still got quite a bit of those 410 slugs. May grab just 2 or 3 more of those, but plenty of stuff in there right now. But again, I'll keep an eye on it and keep you updated. So let me show you what I ended up picking up here based on what I think is going to happen here in the near future. Obviously, as you can see, I've got 3 cases of 5.56 here, 3 cases of PMC X-Tac. Y'all seen this before, just the 55 grain 193 stuff. Nothing special about it, just regular old FMJ 193. Now, the reason I went ahead and grabbed 3 cases of this is because of the information that I've got and what I got this stuff for. Y'all know my local shops had this stuff for $7.99 a box. They had it at $7.99. And I got word that the price was fixing to go up, so I grabbed 3 boxes of it. You cannot beat that right now. So anybody who thinks I'm crazy for buying this right now is lost their minds. I'm just gonna tell you right now, because you're never gonna see that for $7.99 again. Well, I'll stop short of saying that, but if you see that for $7.99 again, it'll be a very, very, very long time. Y'all know exactly what happened. I was getting this stuff for $5.99 before the scamdemic, and everybody, oh, it's going back down. It's going back down. It's going to come back down from the high that whatever this stuff gets to. It's going to come back down some, just like it did before, but it never comes back down to what it was before. I don't understand the denseness of some people out there that don't get that. Ammo will never, ever, ever come back down to what it was before during a hike, y'all. It's just a simple fact. Now, that being said, do I personally think we're in for another shortage on the horizon? The easy short answer to that is yes. But the real answer to that is it's going to be very case specific. It's going to be very regional, place specific, retailer specific. It really is going to depend on what kind of buying power the place that you're getting your ammo from has. As far as big box stores like Rural King, Academy, and all those places that people like to go in and clickbait and stand in line and all that, that's a fool's errand right there. Those big box stores don't care. They really don't care, honestly. They get whatever gets sent to them. They're not out there hustling, trying to get stuff. They don't care. Whatever they get is what they get. If it's out of stock, that doesn't mean anything as far as the big picture. Just Rural King and Academy having bare shelves means absolutely nothing, because those big box stores are terrible as far as buying ammo. Now, on the flip side, my local shop is where I'm getting my information from. What I've been told, and my local shop does tons and tons and tons and tons of business. They're not just a local shop, as I call them. They've got 2 different locations. They've got tons of government Leo type contracts. They're not just some little small mom and pop shop, just to give y'all kind of a picture of what I'm getting at here. They do tons of business, especially as far as getting this PMC ammo. Normally in the past, they could put in a PO, boom, the next day, 2 days max, it was coming to them. It was headed their way. However, right now, the last PO that they just put in for a bunch more of this PMC 5.56, they didn't hear anything back from them even for like a week, I was told. And then finally got up with them, and it's going to be like December at the earliest before they can fulfill their order. So yes, there is going to be a run on this in the short term, at least in the short term. There is absolutely no doubt about it. Now, am I suggesting that anybody do what I do and get multiple cases of this? No, I'm not suggesting that. If you need it, yes, I run through a ton of this ammo. I am not going to be without ammo. If I'm having to wait 2-3 months to get another big bulk of it, I go through 200 to 300 rounds of 5.56 a week. So do the math. That shows you how long that would last me right there. But now, if you don't go through that much, there's no need for you to buy a bunch of it, especially now that the prices are already elevated. You missed that boat already. If you were holding out, waiting on for it to come down, that's your own fault. That was pure stupidity. There's no nice way to put that. If you were still at this point waiting for that ammo to come down, bless your heart, because it was never going to happen. And now, if you're looking to bulk up, you're chasing that price uphill. So that's something for y'all to decide 100% whether you need more 5.56 at the current prices of it. But 5.56 especially is not done going up in price. Y'all better count on it right now. If anybody thinks it's done, you are absolutely crazy. It's going to continue to get higher, and they're going to make it higher and higher and higher and higher and get as much as they can and milk this as much as they can. Y'all just saw in the clip, even my local shop raised the price on it. They went from $7.99 to $8.99 for a box now, or $8.49 per box if you get it by the case. So they're still the best anywhere around right now on it. So now let's talk about the 9mm. Now, this is a different story than the 5.56 right now. There doesn't seem to be near a run on the 9mm yet. As far as my local shop, talking to them, they've got a ton of 9mm still. They are down to just bare minimum cases of this 5.56 right now. They may be out already by now after it's been a week, but 9, they've got quite a good bit left. Now, what they are seeing with the 9 is the law enforcement department's calling up, trying to make sure they've got plenty of it. So as far as 9, that's where most of it's going right now as far as they're concerned. Again, though, that being said, it's $10.99 a box at my local shop. I went ahead and got a case because I'm not going to be stuck without it. As y'all can see, they've got the Norma and the PMC for that $10.99. So I just grabbed a case of this Norma just because I don't really have a lot of this. So nothing but 115 FMJ. Again, it was $10.99 a box on this, so I got a case of it. Now, as far as their 9mm prices, they're going to stick with what that is for now, the $10.99. I don't see many other places raising that either. So hopefully the 9mm will stay pretty decent for a while anyway. So now let's move along to the individually boxed type stuff that I usually get. Actually, from Wally World, I had a pickup this week. Y'all saw they had some 410 in there. It's very tough to catch that 410 in my Wally World. You have to be there right when they put it out, and they had basically just put this out, just some Federal Top Gun, 2.5 inch, 7.5 shots, so nothing real special to it, just some good old 410. But 410 is 410. Anytime you see some 410 at a decent deal, you got to get it. High brass stuff there. And this was it was $15 and some change a box. So at Wally World, when you see it there, it's usually the best price too. And then next up was a care package sent to me by Kevin. So I really appreciate that. It was actually some double tap 10mm. I've had a lot of people wanting me to test this double tap 10mm. Supposedly it's another one of the good 10mm, but I can just tell you right now, looking at the velocities on these boxes, they're all from a 5-inch barrel, and they're right at 1305, which means I won't see that out of my Glock 20. So y'all know how I feel about it already, but I'm gonna give it a good chance. Now, something weird about this stuff, I don't know if they've got some stuff in the wrong boxes or if this is just the way it's supposed to be or what, but he sent me two different kinds. First, I've got a 180 grain bonded defense, and then we've got a 200 and a 180 grain controlled expansion. So the bonded defense here, this looks like the X-Def bullet basically that was out of that, like the ammo ink was loaded with that I tested not long ago. You can tell that's a plated type of thing, bonded if you want to call it that. Now these other ones, something ain't jiving here. So the 180 grain here, this is supposed to be the controlled expansion. So as you can see, I believe this is the correct projectile. When I look on their site, this is that projectile looks like that they're calling controlled expansion. And you notice this one's nickel plated. It's the only box that's nickel plated. It's like they just put together whatever they had on hand. It doesn't impress me at all. So anyway, that's one of the controlled expansions. I'll leave that open to show you. But then if you look at this 200 grain, this is another bonded round. I mean, this is not the same projectile, and this is not what they show as the controlled expansion projectile on their website. So I don't know what's going on here, but that's the exact same round as that bonded. There's no doubt about it. And it's sitting in here in a 200 grain controlled expansion box like these 180s are. This one not nickel plated, this one nickel plated, this one not. And the site doesn't show any of that. It doesn't show what's supposed to be plated. It didn't show the picture of the projectile on one of them. It doesn't even show, but it does on the other one. So this is a hot mess, I believe. I don't think this is the controlled expansion projectile, but that's exactly what they have it labeled as. So I may try to send them an email to verify what this stuff actually is before I test it so I have the right info. Really though, I don't have time to be fooling with that stuff. I'm probably just going to test it, and whatever it is, if it ain't correct, that's on them for sending the incorrect stuff. But anyway, moving on along one more time, I actually made an order from Underwood last week. They was having a sale on a bunch of things that I didn't have and that I wanted to get for some testing, so I got some stuff from them. First thing from them actually was some more 10 mil. I've got actually two different kinds of 10 mil from them. I've never actually tested their 180, which is, to me, that's like basically the perfect weight in 10. I really like a 180 in 10 mil, so I grabbed two boxes of their 180. This is their just regular jacketed hollow point here. I've tested, you know, they're like, I believe it's a 165 and 135, maybe something like that from them. So I expect these are going to do pretty well. As far as the speed, again, 1250, it's whatever, you know. So I got two boxes of those, and then I hadn't tested their 150 either, and I've actually had some people want me to test this 150. So I got one box of this, same kind of deal, just 150 grain instead of 180. This is saying, what, 1500 on the box on it. And then I also grabbed a couple boxes of this 9 mil 124 grain plus P plus, their item number 113. Y'all know I use their plus P plus 124 gold dot load, but they don't load that anymore. Now this is another one, the 124 plus P plus that they load. Same speed on this. Now I have tested these in the past, but I didn't have but one box, so I wanted to get another couple boxes of these because I'm gonna do some more testing with these, so that's some good stuff there. And then since I had already started a little list there, I figured I might as well keep going until I got the free shipping. So I picked up two boxes of this 380 ACP plus P. They're 90 grain jacketed hollow point. This is probably the XTP projectile, I'm guessing. Probably looks like it, XTP projectile. So 90 grain plus P. Hopefully this will do some good stuff. It says 1200 feet per second. So y'all know this 380 stuff, it's either going to open up massively and have barely any penetration, or it's not going to expand at all and go the distance. So either way, should be another interesting 380 test. And then next I picked up a box of their 41 Magnum. Y'all know I just picked up that Smith 41 Mag. So this is their 210 grain XTP. I've got the Hornady Customs loaded in this, but that's the only other hollow point I had. So this should be some good stuff here. Velocity on it saying 1560, so it's moving on pretty good. I got one box of that. And then to get me over the finish line for the free shipping, I grabbed a couple boxes of this 223 55 grain controlled chaos. I've had several people want me to test these. I'm sure y'all have seen these tested in the past, but I haven't messed with any of them yet. 55 grain controlled chaos is basically a fragmenting type of round, segment and whatever you want to call it. So I got two boxes of these. to do some testing with. And that's it for this time, y'all. So pretty good pickups this week. As far as round count, it's probably the biggest one in quite a while, but the situation being like it is, I felt like I needed this so I didn't have to start digging into stashes that aren't meant to be dug into. That's another thing. People always like, oh, you should have been stocking up. Let me tell you something. I ain't short of ammo by any means. I'm not even close to short on ammo, but I don't like the thought of even getting low enough where I have to start even looking at stuff that I didn't want to start digging into. So that's the purpose of this. Again, it's in y'all's case, figure out how much you think you might need, but I can promise you right now, the price is going to keep going up and it's going to keep getting slimmer and slimmer for the short term at least. But let me know what y'all think about this situation. What are you looking forward to testing? And let me know if y'all picking up some extra just based on what you think might be in the future. Again, if you do enjoy the videos, make sure you hit up all those buttons. All of that stuff really does help. Check out my affiliate links down in the video description. If you're doing some shopping, anything you get after going through those links down there, I get a kickback from them towards the channel, so I really do appreciate that. As always, I appreciate all my Range Gang members and every single one of y'all out there for supporting the channel. I'm headed back out the first of this coming week to get a bunch more interesting testing done. I do have one already done that y'all see over the weekend though, so you ain't going completely without. Stay on the lookout for a lot of good stuff on the way, and in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.